Hello, welcome to Homeopathic Services. My name is Pierre Fontaine. I've been a professional homeopath for over 20 years. And today we are talking once again about autism and most particularly uh, why kids on the spectrum don't want to go out at times. Some of them really don't want to go out of the house. Uh, or why you may need to follow a specific route to go home, for example, or to go somewhere. Also, why some kids wander around. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. This is a matter that this is very, very common in children. These three, not wanting to go out of the house, specific route, or wandering. Those three qualities are very common in cases of autism. Now, we all wonder why, right? We all wonder why, and we can never know. We can never know because they don't talk. They don't express themselves. They're not going to say why they're wandering around or why they cannot say. But they certainly, we know, they have a very, very strong reaction. Okay? That's what we know for sure. But in this practice, what we know for sure, okay, by doing the type of case taking that I do, I am able to glean in the child what is the feeling. That is the great thing about the method, because we can come to understand with surrogacy case taking method, my case taking, we call surrogacy. We can understand, we can go deep in the child in order to retrieve the information. That is why my book is called One Heart, One Mind. We are all together. Okay? We are separate and yet we are together. It's paradoxical. So through cases, what I've been able to glean is that there's a general feeling of feeling lost. Okay? Now let's backtrack and let's take those three examples. If you feel lost, imagine yourself in a forest, okay? Which is basically how a lot of children feel. A lot of people, children on the spectrum feel. They feel lost. It's lost in space. I've done a video, backtrack on the videos, watch some others. They even feel sometimes they don't have arms or legs, or their own body does not feel together. These children who wonder or don't want to go outside of the house or have to follow a specific route, they may feel that way too. But here, most specifically, they feel lost. So if you are in a forest and you feel lost, what are you going to look for? You're going to look for a path. And once you find that path, you're going to want to stay on it. So you see, that's what I was able to glean through going in the cases, going in the child. The child has to follow a particular route, because if you take another route, he or she will feel completely lost. So you gotta stay on the path. This is known. This will take me from A to B. You see? This is something I don't believe anybody has talked about. Staying at home is the other way around, if you will. Staying at home is safe. That is the safe way to go, or to not go. Actually, in that case, if I stay home, I am safe. I am not in that forest. I will not be lost in space. Literally, I have a roof over my head that will contain me. There's a lot of issues with containment for children on the spectrum. So that's why they want to stay home, because the opposite is being in the forest. And since those who want to stay home have less awareness, less sense of direction, you see, the child who wants to stay on the path, that is, follow one route, he has a great sense of direction. He knows, I'm going from A to B. The child who wants to stay home does not. And then the third leg of this is wandering. And wandering, there is essentially, it is anywhere. It's like being lost and not having a path and just going anywhere. So the child goes out the house, because the house does not do the containment, does not give the feeling of containment. And then once outside, there is no A to B, you see. And so the child will go anywhere, because there's no sense of space. There's the feeling of being lost without being lost in that case. It is lost, period. There's no sense of direction at all. So through cases, I was able to figure this out, and I wanted to share it. Of course, each one of these requires different remedies. You see, you can't give a remedy for loss. That's not the way it happens. We need to go deeper. So for each one, there's a good couple, two dozen remedies. And then, like I mentioned, we have to fit that with the rest of it, the rest of the case. That's not just one thing in each case. I wish it were, but it isn't. So, well, that's pretty much it. The book is One Heart, One Mind, Healing Autism. It can be done. All these things, please watch some other videos. They give some clues. The point here is to tell that homeopathy can't do something. But not only that, this will help some people understand why my child wants to go one particular way, or why my child is wandering, or why my child wants to stay home. Okay? Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon.